John, today is a very good day for the FAI and the IRFU, but you know yourself, other things are dominating the headlines. Martin O'Neill, we understand, has agreed a new contract, but the fact that there was uncertainty, even though he'd verbally agreed it before, does that undermine his position? Has that undermined the FAI? Can you outline the situation and your thoughts?
Well, the first thing to say is that it's a good day because we obviously have the Aviva naming rights. Aviva are renewing with the association, the IRFU and the stadium company till 2025. So that's a good day for Irish football. I think we all know the events of what transpired over the last week or so. Martin O'Neill came in last night. He's obviously agreed terms with the association. His representatives will be in Dublin on Monday, and prior to the Nations League draw on Wednesday, he will sign a contract for the next number of years.
Has the FAI been undermined by this? But because he had verbally agreed it, so you probably thought, okay, he's locked in, but then he went and spoke to other clubs, particularly Stoke.
Well, that's happened in the past. I mean, the last time round we verbally agreed a contract. It took a number of months then to get signed. Martin has always been very open with the association as to who's approached him. So he's had many approaches, and he will outline that next week when he meets the media as to what particular clubs have done. And that's been a lot of that through the period. But he's always shown that he wanted to manage the Republic of Ireland. And I think what happened last October, he agreed verbally to stay. The Denmark game was a blow. There's no doubt about that. It was a blow to lose here at home in the manner in which we did. And he took some time out to consider that before he reconfirmed that he would stay. And you know what, given the circumstance of the night and given the fact that we don't have a game till next March against Turkey, that's understandable.
I absolutely understand that even when he signs, other clubs might still approach him. That's life, and we'd all listen to other offers in our jobs. But do you have to make sure that you have something in place that if he does go, you get good compensation?
Without getting into employee contracts, there's always compensation clauses if a manager leaves. And that would be the case, and would have been the case had he left this particular week as well as it is. But that's not something that is going to occur. In our opinion, Martin is very loyal. He's been very open to us in terms of approaches that have been made over the previous 4 years. No question about that. And I'll go back to the events here in November. It obviously took some time afterwards to consider the manner of defeat. Obviously it was a difficult night for Irish football, for the fans, for everybody involved in the game. But our next game wasn't until the end of March, and he took some time. He was in contact to say he wanted to take some time. He rang me on Saturday to say that he was going to meet Stoke on Sunday, which he did. I believe it was a far better financial offer, but he rang me after to say he had respectfully declined their offer and he wanted to stay managing the Republic of Ireland. And he came in last night, agreed terms. His representatives will be in town on Monday in Dublin, and there will be a contract signed prior to the draw on Wednesday.
And I appreciate we're going to hear from Martin next week. Has not qualifying for the World Cup been damaging to the FAI, or the things that you wanted to do that you now can't do? Are there potentially even job losses on the cards? Has it had any effect?
No, we've actually employed a number of development officers in a couple of areas since the playoffs. But the biggest disappointment of not winning against Denmark is not going to a major tournament. You want the national team to be going to major tournaments. We saw the positivity and the expectation when we were going to France after we qualified. It was a great tournament. We did really well under Martin's management. We got to the last 16, only beaten by France, as we know, 2-1. So you want to qualify for major tournaments. But what you have to do now is regroup. The draws next week, obviously for the Nations League. Martin has indicated that he wants to bring in some younger players, which he will do. And let's get on with it. When we go to Turkey, let's see what younger players he's going to bring in, and let's ensure that for Euro 2020 that we give ourselves the best opportunity to qualify, because the prize now after the Nation League games is to qualify for the European tournaments. The 4 games that will be held here in the Aviva, and 2 of those will be Ireland matches.
So finally, not qualifying hasn't done any kind of major financial damage or structural damage?
Well, look, qualifying you would want to do, and if you qualify for a major tournament, it gets the country behind the team. It makes the supporters really happy to be following the team, and expectation of going to a major tournament. It helps grassroots football. There's no doubt that qualifying for a major tournament does all of those things. But when you don't, you've got to regroup and focus on the next one.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, Oisin.